Welcome back to the Stride Bank Center in downtown Enid for the 100th annual Skelter Conference Basketball Tournament. Semifinal Friday night, and after one girls' game in the books that was a dandy, a win for Garber over Wacomas 50-47. We go to the boys' side of the bracket now. The 2-seed Pond Creek Hunter Panthers take on the number 6-seed Covington Douglas Wildcats. Covington Douglas with the small upset yesterday, at least by the seedings, as they knocked off the number 3-seed Wacomas 56-49. Pond Creek Hunter rolled in their first round game yesterday as they knocked off Pioneer 65-36. Darren Jones, the longtime head coach of Pond Creek Hunter, and Kenny Doherty's been at Covington Douglas for a long time as well. And well, both these teams are pretty hot. Pond Creek Hunter very hot, 15-0. They haven't lost yet this year. Covington Douglas is 9-7, but they've won 4 straight coming into this one. And I know that Kenny Doherty, I talked to him right before this ball game, and he is really excited to get another chance. He thinks his team's playing pretty well, and he wants a chance to get back at Pond Creek Hunter. They've lost them twice already this year.
Well, like you said, 2 very good teams, and Pond Creek obviously on a tear at 15-0, ranked number 17 right now in Class A. Those 2 wins for Pond Creek Hunter over Covington Douglas came at the first ball game of the year, 11-28 on that one. It was a 63-54 win for Pond Creek. In the second matchup, December 9th, it was 67-51. So 2 very similar games. Covington Douglas was in both of them, and I bet they are chomping at a bit to get a third bite at the apple here against Pond Creek. And Tom, it's tough to beat a team 3 times.
Well, and we've been talking about the history of this great tournament, 100 years, and Pond Creek Hunter, last time they won this thing was in 2018. They'd won it 3 years in a row in 16, 17, and 18. And you go back. And going back to 1944, Covington Douglas, I guess they have one at one time when it was Covington High School back in 1960. And, I take it back. There's 3 in the 60s, 1960, 1963, and then 1966. So they're trying to wake the echoes almost 60 years later as they're in the semifinals here tonight. Starting lineup in this one. First of all, for Covington Douglas, Miguel Tarango is a 5'8 junior, average 10 points a game. Camden Thayer, a 5'10 junior, scores 1 point per contest. 6'1 senior Cade Griffin averages 4 points a game. 6'2 junior Ford Smith, their leading scorer, 16 points per ball game. And then Derek Doherty, a 6'2 senior. He's a beast inside. 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game. For Pond Creek Hunter, Titus Westrope is our leading scorer, a 6'4 junior, scoring 17 points per contest. Then Blaine and Caden Teff, man, they went off yesterday. Big 3 points makers. Blaine Teff had 3 triples yesterday. Take it back. Blaine had 1. Caden had 3. Blaine averages 8 points a game. Caden 15 per contest. Gabe Jones, a 5'9 junior, scoring 6 points a game. And Michael Westrope, a 6'5 sophomore who scores 6 points per contest. And with that, we are underway. The opening tip controlled by Pond Creek Hunter. The black uniforms going from left to right. Wildcat from Covington Douglas in the home whites. A 3-pointer in the corner for Caden Teff, no good. But an offensive rebound and a stick back. Free throws are coming.
Well, that's a good way to start the game from the foul line after an offensive board.
And just as I thought, different starters from Covington than yesterday. Just Halcomb in the starting lineup. And the free throw missed by Michael Westrope. Westrope had 5 points yesterday. He makes the second of the free throws, and Pond Creek Hunter leads 1-0, 20 seconds in. Tom Nelson and Matt Adair and the Pond Creek Hunter crew, Tyler and Aaron Kerr. So they may cheer a little bit, but you're not going to hear it on camera. Derek Doherty, watch him. Into the lane with the ball stripped away. They're going to call a reach-in foul on Blaine Teft, his first team foul. And Derek Doherty had a big game yesterday. 22 points, 6 for 6 the free throw line, had 8 in the fourth quarter down the stretch in that win over Wacomas, 56-49. He's got a couple other big guys he'll be playing against in this one for Pond Creek Hunter. And there's a foul on Titus Westrope, I believe. He thought that, hey, I was straight up. But nope, free throws are coming.
I think right at the end of that jump, he got the hand coming down a little bit. Referee was right there to see it. Whistle was a little delayed, but play was watched the whole way through.
So Ford Smith, the free throw line, a 48% free throw shooter, makes the first of two. Ford averages 16 a game, had 10 yesterday in that win. And 2 for 2 at the stripe. And we had our first tie and now our first lead change in the first minute of this one. Titus Westrope loses the basketball. Turnover. Run out the other way. Ford Smith layup good. 4 straight by Covington Douglas. And you mentioned it in the pregame, hard to beat a good team 3 times. I'm thinking Covington Douglas is not a bad team.
No, and anytime you get that familiar with each other, I mean, not only does it make you play a little differently, but that rivalry kind of atmosphere starts to increase every time.
Foul on Ford Smith, his first. Team foul number 2. Inbound to Caden Teft to the left wing, into the corner now, finding Gabe Jones. Skip pass right side. Blaine Teft misses the 3. And here comes Ford Smith on the run. Right side to Tarango, back to Ford. Nice give and go, and Ford Smith has 6 early points and a great start for the Wildcats at 6-1. Gabe Jones in the half court, off the ball screen right. Right wing to Blaine Teft, lob inside. Micah Westrope is fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Second trip to the line from Westrope, was 1 of 2 the last time. You can tell Covington's paying extra attention to him. Both of his shots have been very contested.
Foul was on Doherty. It's his first. Free throws up and good for Westrope, who's now 2 for 3 at the line in this game. Michael Westrope on the season, a 58% free throw shooter, makes 2.
He's 3 of 4 to start things off.
So Pond Creek Hunter has cut the Covington Douglas lead in half at 6-3. 6:17 to play in the first quarter. Out high, Justice Halcomb has it right side on the wing. That's Cade Griffin back to Halcomb. The lane, Tarango. Nice bounce pass underneath. The Doherty, he'll score. Derek Doherty.
Good patient move by Doherty right there. Got the pump fake, got the defender in the air, and then able to capitalize.
Coach's son of Kenny Doherty. Derek wants to play college football next year. 3-pointer for Caden Teft. Knocking down the triple. Caden Teft is a 41% three-point shooter on the season. And he shows it right there.
Pond Creek yet to have a field goal in the game. Just 3-pointers and free throws so far.
8-6. Tarango right side. Bounce pass into the corner, finding Justice Halcomb. Halcomb to the baseline now, wants to attack, gathers, and travels. Good call by the official.
Level up at 1 turnover apiece now.
So PCH a chance to tie with the Deuce, take a lead with the 3 as we tick down to the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. 3 in the corner for Caden Teft. That one's short. Offensive rebound, Michael Westrope, and he'll finish his first field goal. He's got 5 points, and we're tied at 8. Second tie of the ball game. 3 minutes in. Smith sliding left off the ball screen. Shovels it over to Tarango. Tarango backs up at the dribble. Attacks Pond Creek Hunters man-to-man. Doherty way outside, trying to draw the big man away from the basket. Now he wants to break him down. Doherty spinning, shooting, and a foul on the floor. He's not afraid to do that. He'll take it right at the big man.
Now that was a nice little ISO setup right there. Didn't get the buckets, but you got the foul against Michael Westrope, which may be beneficial later on.
Picks up his first. Doherty right wing. Will hand off to Ford Smith. Jump pass left side Tarango. 4:18 to play in the first quarter. Tom Nelson, Matt Adair with you from downtown Enid, this beautiful facility, the Stride Bank Center. This tournament's been around for 100 years. Last decade or so, it's been in this building. I think that's a walk by Ford Smith. It is.
Good look at the basket right there, but A little bit of contact caused him to shuffle his feet before he went up the second time after the pump fake.
Pond Creek Hunter is plus 25. They average 65 points a game and give up 40. Covington Douglas scores 53 a game, gives up 45. Skip the pass, right side, Caden Teft. And back out high now. Gabe Jones, nice underneath look. Shot was missed by Westrope. And a fight for the rebound underneath, and they'll call it a tie-up, and it goes back to Covington Douglas. I'll take a second here and thank both these coaches, Kenny Doherty and Darren Jones. They are so cooperative. When I let them know that we're going to be broadcasting their ball games, they get me everything I need. A lot of the coaches in this conference are doing that. Makes my job easy, and I appreciate working with them. And these two coaches are some of the best at it.
Good coaches make a big difference, don't they?
Open three, buried. Ford Smith has 9 first-quarter points, and that prompts a timeout. Good start for the Wildcats. Timeout, Covington Douglas 11, Pond Creek Hunter 8, and you're watching it on Skortle.tv.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
It all
Back with you at the Stride Bank Center, Tom Nelson. We're surrounded by a bunch of Pond Creek Hunter High School icons. Of course, we've got the Kerr brothers here, but Coach Kerr, their father, just behind us. I'm going to ask this question. Pond Creek Hunter has won this tournament 5 times, but it's 6 times when you go back to Hunter back in 1947. Does that count?
Yes.
That counts. Heck, a half championship. Hunter High School won this thing back in 1947. That's going back. He's still got a nice gym up there at Hunter. There's a 3-pointer missing from the left wing, Caden Teft. Looks like it was nice back in the day. Blaine Teft with the finish.
Another offensive board there for Pond Creek Hunter. That's 5 already in the game. Covington Douglas yet to come up with a second chance look.
So we will count the Hunter Skelter Conference Championship back in 1947 on the Pond Creek Hunter ledger. So we'll say from now on they've won it 6 times. Right side, Miguel Tarango. Nice bounce pass to Ford Smith. Left side, open 3 for Cooper Wheeler off the bench. Cooper Wheeler knocked down a triple yesterday in their win. He had 9 points. Right now, Covington Douglas has an answer. 2:10 to play in the first quarter. Out high, Titus Westrope inside to Micah off the window and in the alley-oop. 2-point game, under 2 to play, first quarter.
Micah Westrope, everything he was sold to be and then some. Right now, he's an offensive force for PCH.
Holding out high is Derek Doherty. Dragging Micah away from the basket. Now he put the dribble on the floor and out to the wing. You can tell Derek Doherty, he looks like a football player, but he's a basketball player, a basketball coach's son. So he can play with the orange ball a little bit too.
Big size, good finesse. I love that Pond Creek Hunter staying in the man-to-man defensive look. That ability to challenge defensively means that this is a team that's very prepared to make a long run.
Tarango almost walked. 1:10 to play as Kenny Doherty orchestrating things from the bench. I think he wants to slow this game down. It's going to be Tarango right to the rack, and the layup as the C's parted. 16-12. Under 50 seconds to play. Inside, posting up Westrope. Finds the open man. Now the free throw line. Titus Westrope to the basket, and he's fouled on the drive. It's only team foul number 4, so no free throws coming.
Catch the first on Miguel Tarango.
So the baseline right throw in for Pond Creek Hunter. Pond Creek Hunter looking for their third tournament win this year. They won the Pond Creek Hunter tournament back in December. A couple of weeks ago, they went to Cherokee and won the Cherokee Invitational. Three-pointer Jackson Jones, no good. And now with 36 to play in the first quarter, Covington Douglas would love to hold for one here.
Well, they've got Pond Creek where they want them right now, at least a lead, 16-12.
Yeah, Ford Smith with 9 first quarter points to lead the way for Covington Douglas. Michael Westrop has 7 for Pond Creek Hunter. 10 seconds to play. Here we go. Ford Smith wants to attack, spinning to the basket, up and in. Smith in double figures with 11, 18-12, and that is the end of the first quarter after a steal right there at the end by Camden Thayer. Kenny Doherty's got to be happy about his first 8 minutes from his team. 18-12, Covington Douglas leads Pond Creek Hunter. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
It all starts with a dream. Somewhere, someone had a dream. Once a dream is recognized, you need a good team to make it come true. For 70 years, it's been our dream to make your dreams come true. For 70 years, Pioneer has sponsored local teams, local schools, local families. For 70 years, we've put in the work to be prepared every day to help you dream big. Connecting what matters, connecting you to your dream.
Enid Brewing Company, the grain to glass concept located in the heart of downtown Enid. We are a family-friendly establishment with a variety of local Oklahoma craft beer, wine, and cocktails. We can't wait to host your next happy hour, family gathering, or cater your next big event. Come visit us at Enid Brewing Company on the southwest corner of the square or at 580-297-5214.
Well, Covington Douglas having a pretty good weekend. They've won 4 straight, knocked off Wacomas, the 3 seed yesterday, and here they are against the 2 seed undefeated Pond Creek Hunter, and they lead by 6 after 8 minutes, 18-12. And Matt, that's pretty impressive. Kenny Doherty's squad has come in and done exactly what they needed to do so far.
Tell you, a team that's beaten you twice, they show absolutely no intimidation. They act like this is a game that they have been waiting on for a good part of the season. 2 triples in the first quarter for Pond Creek, just 1 3-pointer, for Covington, just 1 3-pointer for Pond Creek so far.
Panther basketball starting the second quarter, going from left to right. Out high, sliding right with the dribble is Gabe Jones, and illegal screen. It's on Titus Westrop. I didn't see it.
His second, I think he widened out when he got to the top of the key for that screen and forced the contact.
So the Wildcats with the basketball, leading by 6. Doherty up high. Back out the dribble. It's nice when your big man can handle it a little bit, and he's shown that he can. Now right down the lane, but it left a little bit short. Rebound to Micah Westrop. Take it back, that's Gabe Jones. Jones drives and dishes right side open 3 for Jackson Jones. No good. Offensive rebound, Micah Westrop, and he'll score. He's got 9. 18-14. Ford Smith into the half court. One hands it right side to Cooper Wheeler, and Wheeler travels.
I saw it on the jab step, just didn't get the ball put down as he crossed it back over his body. Good call right there, but man, he's quick. Great first step.
Minute down here in the second quarter. Wildcats lead the Panthers in a cat fight, 18-14. Right side, Titus Westrop makes a move, scores, and 1. 6'4" junior.
4-0 run to start the second quarter for Pond Creek.
Derek Doherty picks up his second. That's the danger zone for Covington Douglas. So Titus Westrop at the line. He had 8 points yesterday, leads him in scoring at 17 a game, and he misses the free throw. It is a 2-point game at 18-16.
First real chance we're going to have to see how Covington responds. They did so well to build that lead throughout the first quarter, and now here we are just a little into the second, and Pond Creek's already erased it.
Well, the first 4 points scored by Pond Creek and a runner no good by Ford Smith off the window. Here come the Panthers. Doherty gets into the passing lane and deflects it, which gives them a chance to set up defensively in the half court.
A great read from Doherty, too. Came almost from the help line outside to knock that ball away.
Sideline throw in for the Panthers. Out high to Titus Westrop. Back out high now, finding Gabe Jones. Left side, there's a three, and that is missing short by Caden Teff to follow up and in. And that's Titus Westrop, his second field goal in the quarter. He has 4. Now a 6-0 run, and we are tied for the second time tonight. We were tied at 8. Now we're tied at 18. Ford Smith, top of the key. Right side, Miguel Tarango. Tarango cut off to Ford Smith. Doherty at the free throw line. Back out to Ford. Ford had the ball poked away and stolen. Comes up in the hands of Michael Westrop. And on the other end, Caden Teft with the finish. He's got 5. And now it's 20-18. It's an 8-0 run for Pond Creek Hunter. And they grabbed the lead for the first time since they led 1-0. Doherty backing down the defender. Now he's cut off. Good defense by Michael Westrop.
Really aggressive play there already with the one foul, and Westrop like a wall.
Now Tarango's pass is stolen, leads to a run out and a layup on the other end by Michael Westrop. He's in double figures with 11. It is a 10-0 run, and Pond Creek Hunter leads 22-18. Timeout. Kenny Doherty and Covington Douglas. 4:51 to play in the first half. Pond Creek Hunter by 4. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
Enabling local. Sidwell Distribution is a local business that loves supporting Northwest Oklahoma schools and businesses. We are here to service all of your concession stands, restaurants, food trucks, churches, and more. With candy, paper goods, fried food basics, and even local products, we will exceed your expectations with competitive pricing and excellent service.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads do.
Well, a 10-0 run to start the second quarter since Darren Jones had a time to sit down and talk to his players in the quarter break. They came out on fire.
Defense leading the way right now for Pond Creek. I know you've got to have offense to get to a 10-0 run, but it's all been predicated on that defensive play. They're scoring on average every 30 seconds right now.
But probably 2 or 3 turnovers here in the first couple of minutes, 3 minutes of the second quarter by Covington Douglas, too. They haven't been able to take care of the ball very well. Derek Doherty has it on the left wing. Slides out between the rings with the right-handed dribble. Get the tempo back in your liking. Slow it down a little bit. Look for a good shot in the half court. Camden Thayer holding, left side to Doherty. Jab step and then backs back out. Now he wants to attack. In the block, turnaround, shot blocked and a foul. So Derek Doherty to the free throw line. Michael Westrop will pick up his second.
And to the dismay of the Pond Creek Hunter faithful, they're going to call that a foul. Westrop really elevated well. It was at the very end of that where there was some brushed contact.
So Doherty to the free throw line. He's a 54% free throw shooter. Justice Halcomb back into the ball game. One for 2 for Doherty. He's got 3 points now. Breaks that 10-0 run to start the quarter by Pond Creek Hunter. It was nearly a turnover right there. Right side, Caden Teft has it. Back out high to Blaine Teft inside. Is that going offensive? It is. Titus Westrop rolled right over the top of Derek Doherty.
Got 3 on Titus Westrop now.
So he will most likely check out of the ball game. He will. As in for him is Gabe Jones. So Pond Creek Hunter gets a little bit smaller when you get the 6'4" junior out of there. You still have to contend with Micah Westrope at 6'5", but inside posting up is the guard, Ford Smith, and he'll score inside. He's got 13, 22-21, 3.5 to play in the first half.
Big elevation there from Ford, too. Good-looking jump shot.
Jones out high, top of the key, shadowed by Halcomb. Into the corner, there's a three by Jackson Jones. He'll knock it down. 25-21.
Well, those threes really take the wind out of you when you're on the receiving or on the defensive end of those.
Tarango right side, bounce pass. Ford Smith turning, dumping to Tarango, gathers, he's double teamed, throws it up off the window, and it just crawls out. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Tarango had such a good look at it, couldn't find the handle on the initial pass to him down low, but great job gathering himself and finding a second shot. I really didn't think he was going to be able to get up and put one up.
Jackson Jones picks up his first foul. Tarango first trip to the line. He's a 45% free throw shooter on the year. Boy, the lost art of making free throws.
No doubt about that.
Seems to me that percentages team-wide are down compared to where we were 20, 30 years ago. That's just me being a get off my lawn kind of a guy, I bet.
I see it a lot, believe it or not.
25-22 and an answer on the other end. That's Gabe Jones. 5-point lead for Pond Creek Hunter. Inside Tarango, no look dish underneath to Cooper Wheeler, and the shot blocked. Micah Westrope with the block. He comes up with it and outlets it to Caden Teft. Teft one hands at right side. Quick three by Jackson Jones. No good. The rebound is corralled by Ford Smith. He'll push ahead. Ford bounce pass right side. He led his teammate a little bit too much, and Cooper Wheeler couldn't run it down.
Right play, just didn't get it executed properly enough right there.
So Panther basketball, they lead by 5, which is their biggest lead of the ball game. And they'll take this one under the 2-minute mark in the first half. Left wing, open three, airballed short by Caden Teft. Offensive rebound, they'll reset. Caden has it again. Left corner, three attempt by Jackson Jones. Nothing but twine. A couple of triples for him here in the second quarter. And the lead is now 8, 30-22.
Pond Creek looking much more comfortably offensively right now. It seems like everything's working outside game, inside game.
They've outscored him 18-4 here now. Make it 18-7. A big three by Tarango. Makes it 30-25. Skip pass right side into the corner and a touch pass out high to Gabe Jones. Right side, Blaine Teft for three. Yes, sir.
Really becoming a shootout now as that's back-to-back trays for Pond Creek.
Final minute of the first half, an 8-point lead for the Panthers. Doherty, left side. Ford Smith, back to Doherty. Now to Tarango. Tarango right down the lane, makes the layup. Nobody cut him off, and Tarango with 8 points. 33-27, 30 seconds to play, first half. Lob underneath. That one might be last touched by PCH. It was. Micah Westrope got a hand on it, but could not control.
Was tipped just a bit before it got to him, and then got the big paw on it, slapped it out of bounds.
So 24 seconds to play, and Covington Douglas can hold for one here.
Got
down
that
6.
Just the 4th turnover for Pond Creek, by the way. Done a great job taking care of the basketball.
Tarango pounding the dribble out high right. 12 seconds, 11 and now 10. To Ford Smith, 5 and 4. Left side Doherty, deep three. Air ball, that'll be the end of the first half. Now, Pond Creek Hunter turned a 6-point deficit into a 6-point lead in that second quarter. And the Panthers lead Covington Douglas 33-27. Second half coming up. Stay with us here on Squirtle.tv.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
For over a century, Sooner Plains Ag has been at the heart of our communities. Sooner Plains Ag is proud to support all area students and athletes from their hometowns and yours. Sooner Plains Ag is ready to service your grain, fertilizer, and farm supply needs. You can also fill up at one of their 2 convenience stores in Fairview and Mino. Sooner Plains Ag is honored to serve their member owners in their 4-county area for more than 100 years. Sooner Plains Ag, farmers helping farmers. It's that simple.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We're making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. East River Restaurant.
Halftime at the Stride Bank Center in Enid, and the Pond Creek Hunter Panther boys lead Covington Douglas 33-27. The way the first half played out, first quarter was Covington Douglas in control. A couple of lead changes, a couple of ties, but it was Covington Douglas leading 18-12 at the end of the first quarter. Pond Creek Hunter came out and scored the first 10 points of the second quarter, tied the ball game up at 18 and took the lead at 20-18, and led by as much as 8 at 30-22. And now we're 33-27 as the third quarter is just around the corner. Scoring in the ball game for Covington Douglas, Fort Smith with 13 to lead the way. Miguel Tarango has 8. Derek Doherty and Cooper Wheeler with 3 points apiece. For Pond Creek Hunter, led by Michael Westrop, he has 11. Jackson Jones with 6. Blaine Teft and Caden Teft with 5 apiece. Titus Westrop with 4. And then Gabe Jones has 2.
It's a big second quarter run for Pond Creek Hunter. For Pond Creek Hunter, they outdo Covington Douglas 21-9 in that second quarter. And like you mentioned earlier, they go from 6 down to 6 ahead. 66% shooting from the foul line for Covington Douglas through the first half of the game, 60% for Pond Creek Hunter. Turnovers pretty even. I got 6 for Covington Douglas, 4 for PCH. Not official, but to the best of what I can mark.
About as official as you'll get here, because nobody's keeping track of it unless they're not doing it in the book. So somebody will be statting this game off the videotape afterwards. Each team will do that. That's what normally happens. But underway in the third quarter, and Covington Douglas with the basketball, trailing by 6. Tarango bounce pass left baseline to Cade Griffin. Griffin on the baseline in trouble, but the ball now deflects off the foot of Titus Westrop out of bounds, so it'll stay with Covington Douglas. Westrop back in there, picked up those 3 fouls and spent the second half of the second quarter on the bench.
See if that changes the way he has to play defensively down low.
Tarango to Doherty at the high post. Back out to Tarango. Left side now, finding Cade Griffin off to Doherty. Doherty to the basket, up and spins out. He gets his own rebound, though. Doherty off the window and no good, but he's going to the free throw line. That's just tenacious by Derek Doherty.
No give up in him whatsoever, and I've been so impressed with the way that he can handle the ball. Loves to call for the ISO, will go and challenge down low. Really solid ball handler, too.
Derek Doherty, 22 in yesterday's win. First free throw is missing, and a second one coming. Makes the second. The lead is 5 for Pond Creek Hunter. Teft, right wing, picks up his dribble, back out high to Blaine Teft. Got Blaine and Caden out there, the brothers. Three-pointer in the corner by Caden. It's good. Teft has 8. The lead is 8, 36-28.
Doesn't seem to matter what end of the floor you put Pond Creek on. Still hot from behind the arc. Just good ball movement there to beat the zone pressure.
Ford Smith spinning left side of the lane. Ball stripped away. Good defense by Blaine Teft. Titus almost throws it away, gets it right back, and he'll be called for an offensive foul. There's 4 fouls on Titus Westrop.
Titus Westrop's last 2 fouls have been offensive on the way to the bucket. Good job of Covington Douglas to get their feet set, kind of see that coming.
So he'll go right back to the bench. He spent a lot of the second quarter there. We're a minute and a half into the third quarter. Matchup number 3 between these two teams. Pond Creek Hunter won the first 2. 63-54, a win for them on December 28th, and then 67-51 in the Pond Creek Hunter Tournament Championship game on December 9th.
Yeah, something we really haven't talked about is the win streak pressure that Pond Creek probably feels a little bit. Ripped off 15 in a row.
15 straight. Offensive foul. That time underneath. Great position. And Gabe Jones. The foul on Ford Smith is his second. Yeah, 15 straight for Pond Creek Hunter. 4 straight wins. A little more modest winning streak for Covington Douglas, but they are playing pretty well right now as well.
I know coaches like to talk about win streaks being, we don't think about it. It's always just the next game up. But at some point, they do start to weigh in.
Steele. Back the other way goes Tarango, and Tarango's fouled. Now, next week, when the postseason information comes out, now Pond Creek Hunter only ranks 17th in Class A. So I'm going to assume that they may win this tournament and be undefeated. They're not going to move into the top 8 and get a chance to host anything, or at least host a regional, or actually, host a a chance to get that preferred road to the state tournament.
Yeah, and that sometimes is a difference maker, but I wouldn't want to draw either one of these teams at this point in the season right now with things on the line.
2 for 2 for Tarango makes it 36-30. Yeah, you stay out of that top 8. That means you're going to play somebody in that top 8 early on in a regional. Three-pointer, Caden Teft. Rebound to Ford Smith.
Soft touch from Teft right there. That one looked good. I was about ready to put my hands up with him.
So the Wildcats down by 6 with the basketball. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Doherty skips the pass right side to Justice Holcomb. Pass out high is deflected into the backcourt, but chased down for a moment by Tarango. But how about the hustle by Gabe Jones? Jones shot blocked out of bounds by Doherty. It'll stay with the Panthers.
Again, good defensive movement by Doherty right there. And a clean block, hand up, didn't bring the action through, just poked it away.
So glad to have you along for the ride on Squirtle.tv. All 4 semifinal games for you tonight. We'll have the 2 third-place games and championship games tomorrow. We're getting underway, hopefully a little bit earlier on the schedule. It's supposed to start earlier, but we got off to a late start today because of some longer games early on. Nice move inside. Michael Westrop has 13. Lead is 8. Tarango right side. Out high now, there's Cade Griffin between the rings. Back to Tarango. Nice skip pass, left side Ford Smith for 3. And the rebound cleared by Jackson Jones. Jackson underneath, finding Westrop, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Jackson Jones and also Gabe Jones, the sons of head coach Darren Jones. So a lot of coaches' kids on the floor tonight with Derek Doherty from Covington Douglas. Westrop at the line makes the first free throw. He's having a big night.
He is just so much to contend with, both offensively and defensively. Runs the floor well, sees the floor exceptionally well. In fact, a lot of times on offense, you can kind of watch his eyes and see where the play is headed.
He averages 6 points a game. He's got 15 now. And Pond Creek Hunter with their biggest lead, double digits now at 10, halfway through the third quarter.
Doing so much of this work with one of their biggest scorers, Titus Westrop, on the bench. Truly a next man up mentality for Pond Creek tonight.
Doherty has it right side, and he loses the dribble, tapped into the air and taken by Tarango, and then Tarango stepped on the sideline and turned it over.
Really like Tarango as a ball handler, too. A rare mistake for him. He's so quick and aggressive. That time saw a line and just dropped his pivot foot back a bit too much.
So Pond Creek Hunter up by 10, looking to add to it. Gabe Jones, nice look to Jackson Jones, and Jackson finishes. Brother to brother. 12-point game, beginning to get away from the Wildcats here just a little bit. Tarango right side. Ford Smith. Smith, right side of the lane to the window, up and just missed it. Doherty fights for the offensive rebound, and he'll score. Derek Doherty, I'm so impressed by his game. He's got 7 tonight. Makes it 42-32, and a timeout called. We'll take a break. 2:56 to play in the third. Pond Creek Hunter by 10, and you're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
East River Roustabout, centrally located in Oklahoma, provides construction services specifically tailored for oilfield projects. Our team consists of highly skilled, experienced professionals who offer a wide range of services in construction, maintenance, and operations, focusing on both upstream and midstream sectors. With a combined 44 years of experience in pipeline and roustabout services, our team leads have a proven track record of success for major energy companies. So call the team at East River Roustabout today, 405-849-5156.
So glad to be with you. Under 3 to play in the third quarter. The number 2 seed Pond Creek Hunter Panthers leading the 6 seed Covington Douglas 42-32. Matt Adair joins me. Tyler Kerr, our producer engineer. Aaron Kerr on camera. Giving you the pictures tonight. And their Panthers, they grew up in Pond Creek and graduated from Pond Creek Hunter High School. So far, so good. They're pulling away from the Wildcats a little bit here. Left side, Blaine Teft has it. Swing it back out high to his brother, Caden Teft. Ball out of bounds in the baseline, goes back to Covington Douglas.
Be a Pond Creek turnover. Tried to feed the ball inside to Westrope, but that was a very short pass. I think Westrope had a good seal in place, was expecting teammate to go up for the shot. Just different pages right there.
We're talking about the history of this tournament back in the first half. Pond Creek Hunters won this tournament quite a few times in the past decade or so, but for Covington, and we're talking just Covington before it was Covington Douglas, you got to go back to the 60s. There's a banker off the window and in for Gabe Jones. He has 4 points, 44-32. Back in the days when this tournament was played at, well, that was Convention Hall before they called it Mark Price Arena back in the 60s. Go back the other way now, Gabe Jones. I'm assuming, Kerr brothers, you guys are too young. You never paid attention to a game at the old Convention Hall, did you? You remember it? He was young, yeah. Back in the days when the Skelter Conference tournament was played. Basically, it's just over next door. It's in Old Convention Hall, which is now a banquet room. When I first moved here, I ran the Oklahoma Storm pro basketball team. I was the GM. That was our home court. And so I go over there now for any time I'm in there for a dance or a banquet. I'm going, yeah, I used to sit right there and watch my team.
I remember some of those days, Tom.
Yeah.
Right now, a 13-5 run here in the third quarter for Pond Creek Hunter.
Final 1:20 of the third quarter. Doherty in the lane, tries to draw contact, shot blocked by Michael Westrope. He's had a good game tonight. If we had to name an MVP, it'd be him.
Big maturity, both ends of the floor, and contributing heavily on both sides. I think you're exactly right about that.
Caden Teft off the screen left. Now inside, posting up is Westrope. Micah turning, cut off by Doherty. Three-pointer right wing is good for Jackson Jones. He's in double figures with 11. It is now a 15-point lead. When Covington Douglas came out, had a 6-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Since then, PCH with a 10-0 run to start the second quarter, and they've never trailed. Pulling away, trying to beat the Wildcats for the third time this year. Derek Doherty scores. Have I said I like his game like 5 times already tonight?
Breaks a scoring drought for Covington Douglas that started at the 2:56 mark.
Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Caden Teft, 7, 6, and 5. Teft loses the basketball. Rango is fouled. It's only team foul number, is it team foul number 5? I think it might be. They get him in the bonus? Nope, the 4th team foul. So with 2.2 seconds left, Covington will have the basketball. Ford Smith from way downtown. Off the front of the rim, no good. Panthers lead 47-34. We go to the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching it on Squirtle.tv.
This is game time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
It all starts with a dream. Somewhere, someone had a dream. Once a dream is recognized, you need a good team to make it come true. For For 70 years, it's been our dream to make your dreams come true. For 70 years, Pioneer has sponsored local teams, local schools, local families. For 70 years, we've put in the work to be prepared every day to help you dream big. Connecting what matters, connecting you to your dream.
We go to the fourth. Tom Nelson, Matt Adair, Tyler Kerr, our producer engineer, Aaron Kerr on camera tonight. We got two more games coming after this. Girls semifinal action coming up next. And I get so focused on whatever game I'm doing. Got to go back and look at the bracket. It's Dover and Pond Creek Hunter. Then later on, final game of the night, we see the top seed Drummond against Dover. I saw Drummond in the Week Capital tournament. They're impressive. They, as a Class A school, made it to the championship game of the Week Capital, lost to Jones in that ball game, but they hammered Woodward, a 5A school, 4A school, whatever they are.
They looked good, too.
Yeah.
They were a real threat. I remember talking to the Alva basketball coach about that Drummond team, and he thought they might have been the best team in the tournament in the seeding meetings.
Empty trip for Covington Douglas. Here come the Panthers. Hurrying down the floor is Jackson Jones. The runner won't go. Now Jackson Jones will reach in and foul Ford Smith. Yeah, I've become pretty good friends with Brady Kokajon, the head coach for Drummond. He actually was an intern at the radio station 10 years ago or so when he was in high school. I actually was in college. His first couple of years of college, he wanted to be a radio guy. He wanted to do play-by-play. And then he got smart and got a real job.
Was a good ranger, too, while he was down there. He's a fun guy.
Yep, that's right. He played baseball.
Certainly did.
At Alva, yeah.
Certainly did. I was still working at still am working at Northwestern, but was there at the time. Remember watching him play.
Yeah, he was a good basketball player. Pretty much the previous success for Drummond was he led him to the area tournament when he was a junior and senior. They got back to state last year as a head coach. He got him back there to state for the first time. It might have been the first time in school history last year. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's the case. But great guy, and I'm glad to see him doing what he wants to do, and he's better off than being in radio. Although I think for some of us it's shaken out okay, but minute into the fourth quarter, 47-34. It's funny, my current job with Neptune Game Time, based in Tyler, Texas, I work from home and sell the product, but we are full of old radio and TV guys that found softer places to land. We talk about it a lot.
Done that radio living a little bit myself.
Yep.
A lot of miles and a lot of coffee, if I remember correctly. If you ever wanted to find a good place to eat, though, talk to a radio guy or an ag teacher.
You're exactly right. Well, I went from doing 250 ball games a year at the radio station to about 50 now, so I'm much happier. My landing spot is Skelter to do ball games. 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. It's a 13-point lead for Pond Creek Hunter. They'll pull it out a little bit and milk some clock and shorten this game up.
90 seconds into this fourth quarter, we still haven't broken scoring yet.
Gabe Jones leaves it out high left. That's Blaine Teft. So the brothers, you've got Jackson and Gabe Jones, coach's sons, and you've got Blaine and Caden Teft. Their dad is Teft Plumbing. They're cousins. Okay. I learn something new every day. They are cousins, like we talked about at halftime. Never assume, right?
Foul whistled on the floor.
Never assume.
I would have thought brothers too, but I've got a set of twins that play for the same team, so.
That's why we have the Pond Creek Hunter people here keeping us honest.
Absolutely. Nothing like a little fact check. Make sure we get everything right.
It's funny because we were just talking about that. I think it was during halftime about how you never assume, and I wasn't assuming that Jackson and Gabe were Coach Jones's sons until I asked. And then I think that Blaine and Caden are brothers. And we get a timeout, so let's pay a bill. 5:57 to play in the ball game. 47-34 Pond Creek Hunter. You're watching it on Skelter.tv.
Enid Brewing Company, the grain to glass concept located in the heart of downtown Enid. We are a family-friendly establishment with a variety of local Oklahoma craft beer, wine, and cocktails. We can't wait to host your next happy hour, family gathering, or cater your next big event. Come visit us at Enid Brewing Company on the southwest corner of the square or at 580-297-5214.
Enabling local. Sidwell Distribution is a local business that loves supporting Northwest Oklahoma's schools and businesses. We are here to service all of your concession stands, restaurants, food trucks, churches, and more. With candy, paper goods, fried food basics, and even local products, we will exceed your expectations with competitive pricing and excellent service.
Is your school or booster club?
Just under 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Pond Creek Hunter leads Covington Douglas 47-34. And this is tied into Pond Creek Hunter a little bit, and I will ask you about this, Matt. How about the Lady Rangers basketball team up in Alva? What a great year they're having. Number 2 in the region, top 10 in the country. Of course, Tasha Dieselhorst was the head coach at Pond Creek Hunter.
Yes, and Tasha has done an amazing job with her squad, especially this year. They have had just an absolute breakout run. Dropped the first one at Arkansas last night, but boy, this has been unprecedented. I think it's the best that a Lady Rangers team, well, I know it is, has ever performed since we went Division II, and it's one of the top performing teams in the last few decades.
Well, the key is staying. You're number 2 in the region rankings and staying up there. Well, top 1 or 2, got a chance to host possibly at least in the top 4. You want to get a favorable draw when that postseason run comes out. Although I know at Northwestern, getting into the playoffs would just be a huge thing.
Certainly would. And I still think, just talking to Tasha and some of the girls, that their best basketball's in front of them.
That's awesome. Took some time. You got to build that program. I mean, and I'll say this as a totally impartial person, one of the toughest recruiting jobs you could ever have is trying to recruit to Alva, just because it's hard to get players to come from the bigger towns and come to Alva.
She has, Tasha could write the book on it, though. Yeah. She has been outstanding.
I said, I can only think of one other recruiting job that might be tougher, and that'd be Panhandle State.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Got free throws coming.
Still scoreless here in the fourth, by the way.
That's why we're talking about other things. Yeah. Caden Teft to the free throw line. Okay, so now we know Caden Teft is Chad Teft's son, and then Blaine Teft is his cousin, not brothers. Chad Teft, Teft Plumbing, used to be a great sponsor. I'm sure they probably still are, but when I used to sell, they used to be a great sponsor of high school sports, my previous gig. 48-34, three-pointer missed and a tie-up on the rebound. Arrow will keep it on that end. Nice crowd on hand. It's semifinal Friday night. Still got plenty of time to come out here and catch some high school basketball.
Boy, these last 2 games have been just fantastic showings.
There are two big tournaments going on in Enid this week, and it happens this week every year. The Skelter Conference here and the Cherokee Strip Conference tournament. Used to be at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center out north. It's now at Pioneer High School, which is interesting that the Cherokee Strip Conference holds their league tournament at a Skelter Conference school.
I was going to say, Pioneer was still a Skelter's conference school.
Yep, it's interesting.
Well, we've talked about this a lot, but it's worth mentioning again, the 100th annual Skelter tournament underway. You mentioned all the way back to 1925 when this thing got rolling. And I mean, that's only, and I said it last time, it's worth saying again, I think, that's only 33 years younger than the sport of basketball itself.
What I think is very interesting is when you look at the Skelter Conference Tournament Champions list in the program, it goes back to 1944. How many schools are no longer around? Like back in 1944, the boys champion the first 3 years, Hillsdale, not Kremlin Hillsdale.
Right.
Hillsdale. And then Hunter won it in 1947, as we talked about earlier. Carrier, which turned into Chisholm High School. Caden Teft to the free throw line. And then interesting back-to-back years as the free throw up and in. back-to-back years in, let me see, 1956 and 1957. Kremlin won it in 55, Hillsdale in 56, and Kremlin in 57 and 58. They had no idea that years later they'd be in the same school.
The changing face of Northwest Oklahoma for sure.
Yeah, going way back to Hillsdale the first 3 years.
Been a lot of schools that have used to be that aren't, and a lot of combinations along the way.
This tournament, though, has stayed pretty stable. I mean, it's a conference tournament.
Right.
So it has stayed pretty stable. For years, Dover was not a member of the conference, but they were invited in to be the 8th team. I think they're in the conference now. Dover's in the conference now, but when I first moved here, they were just the 8th team in, and I believe they're now in the conference. But I'm looking here. Interesting, in 1978, Calumet girls won it. So they must have been invited in because they wouldn't be in the Skelter Conference. I didn't miss anything out there, did I? I don't think so.
No, just a out-of-bounds call that was being discussed among the referees.
Three-pointer, Doherty won't go. The rebound pulled down by Jackson Jones, and he'll outlet to Caden Teft as we tick down to the 4-minute mark of this ballgame. There's a steal. Oh, a reach-in foul. Tarango, no, it'll be on Cooper Wheeler. That's his third personal foul. I'm sitting here looking at this, and really, yeah, once you get into the 70s, and it's pretty familiar. I mean, after Lahoma boys won it in 1992. Of course, that's now Cimarron. So they win it in 92, and then in 93 they come back and win it again as Cimarron. So that was when the schools consolidated with Ames. Caden Teft to the free throw line. You came to watch a basketball game, you're getting a Skelter history lesson. Did he make both those?
Only one, I
Just
believe.
one, yeah.
Only 4 points scored in this fourth quarter so far, and we are at the midway point. 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Derek Doherty in the lane, a little strong. Rebound cleared out of there by Titus Westrope. Ball loose, Doherty comes up with it. Three-pointer in the corner for Camden Thayer. Oh, buddy. Ford Smith goes down hard.
Good position on that rebound. Had a player get backed up underneath him. I got to give some credit to Doherty right there. Had a look at maybe trying to challenge down the paint. Instead, the extra pass to the outside, knowing they need points. Teammate had a great look at a three. It was just shy off the hands of Camden Thayer.
Doherty in the lane. Take to the basket. Like a bull in a china closet, and he scores. He's got 11.
It's the first points of the quarter for Covington Douglas.
Took 4.5 minutes. There's a reach-in foul out high on Cooper Wheeler, and that's his fourth.
And Pond Creek just showing their maturity in the way that they have approached these offensive sets. You know, they got the lead. They've got what they want. They just want to run that clock out, and it's been very disciplined keep-away basketball for Pond Creek.
At the free throw line, Gabe Jones rattles one home. I just realized I neglected to bring this up. We talked about Covington winning this tournament 3 times in the 60s. Douglas won it in 1954. So you've got to add that to the Covington-Douglas resume. Ball out of bounds will stay on that end.
Gotta love the heart of the Wildcats here. It would be tough at this point, but have not quit in this game. Still pushing, still driving, still playing hard defense. Oh, such a good
missed.
shot.
3 left side, Tarango. That'll be last touch by Covington Douglas's Blaine Teft. 3:05 to play. Girls action coming up next. Dover and Pond Creek Hunter. Now, when I get into calling these ball games as Doherty shoots and misses, I don't look at the clock. I want to see. 6:30 was when that game's supposed to start. It's 6:53. That gives you an idea how late we're running here. I think we've actually made up a little bit of time in this game. It's going to be after 7 o'clock before we tip off, meaning another halfway late night here at the Skelter Conference Tournament.
I'll just focus on the overtime. Right.
Ford Smith picks up his third. Jackson Jones to the free throw line to shoot 2. Justin Halcomb back in the ball game. And Cade Griffin. Boy, how was basketball played in 1925? First of all, you had the center jump after every basket. That's what kept the scoring down back in the days. You'd score a basket and go jump it up. So if you had a tall guy, you could just keep the possessions, win the tip every time.
Founding principles of make it, take it.
That's right. From 1925, deep three-pointer. That's good. Rattle it home, Derek Doherty. 54-39.
That's what's shaping up. I don't know what it's going to finalize at yet, but it's shaping up to be the lowest scoring of the 3 basketball games these two teams will have played against each other.
We talked about Pond Creek Hunter averaging 65 a game and giving up 40. Covington 53 a game, giving up 45. Pond Creek Hunter has missed a lot of free throws tonight. And 2 more. That's something Darren Jones won't be happy with. Yeah, there's the 5th foul on Titus Westrope. He'll foul out. So he will foul out with 4 points and 2:17 to play in the ball game. Micah Westrope will get back in there.
He's had a good game tonight also.
Yeah, Micah to me is the player of the game. If I had to name one, which we don't have to, Derek Doherty knocks down the first of 2 free throws. He's got 15 tonight. He's had a good tournament, 22 last night, 15 so far in this one.
Very consistent player. One of the things I've been so impressed with, I don't know that he's been to the bench yet tonight.
Doesn't seem like it. No, I think he's gone the distance.
Plays like a guy who that may be the request of him night in and night out.
Back to the free throw line is Gabe Jones. Gabe is 2 for 4 at the free throw line here in the 4th quarter, now 3 for 5. (55-40). Doherty deep 3. Yes, sir.
Another guy that's had a fantastic basketball night.
I don't think they name an all-tournament team for this tournament, but if they do, he would be Covington Douglas's representative. Caden Teft in the backcourt, little trapping pressure, they'll break it. Ahead to Blaine Teft. Down high, Gabe Jones into the lane and dribbles back into, kicks it into the corner. And an intentional foul.
That is going to go against Miguel Tarango. They were trying to catch up to the ball and get a foul on the player with the ball. And when the last pass was made, Tarango just very lightly grabbed the back of the jersey and gave it a tug.
You got to make it, you can't make it look quite that obvious. And now Pond Creek Hunter will get the ball. Two more games coming up. Stay with us, Dover Pond Creek Hunter girls. We'll see the #1 team in Class B. And I'm very interested to see the Halversons for Dover. Kate Griffin picks up the foul, his second. Boy, Gabe Jones is going to wear out his free throw shooting arm here in the 4th quarter. This is his 9th and 10th free throws in the quarter.
Wow.
Hey, he knocks down 2. Practice makes perfect.
I think he's 4 of his last 4 now.
Yep, at 3 of 4, I think. Unless I missed one. 58-43, deep three-pointer. Coming up empty, final 125, and now a steal. Save it to Ford Smith. Ford Smith for the layup. Good hustle to Cade Griffin for that steal. And a timeout. 58-45. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching the Skelter Conference Tournament on Squirtle.tv.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Final minute and change of this one. Pond Creek Hunter will move to 16-0, and they will play for the championship. And we're not going to anticipate anything. But if Drummond, the top seed, comes out of the other side of that bracket, Pond Creek Hunter Drummond tomorrow night could be worth the price of admission. But I guarantee you Dover has something to say about that too, because they've got Drummond that's coming up in our final game of the night. And Jared Reese, the head coach at Dover, of course, had a great run at Kingfisher for years and years. And 4 or 5 state championships in a row. They would have won it in 2020, most likely, when COVID took it away from them.
Right. Definitely a coach that knows his way around the basketball gym. A lot of experience there. A lot of high-level experience.
And they're really turning around both. The girls are number one. Matt Peck is the head coach, former standout baseball player at Cimarron. He's the head girls coach. Then Jared Reese, the head boys coach. Man, they're getting things going in Dover. Both teams are doing really well.
Those Dover girls are on a tear right now, too. They are fierce when they take the basketball court.
Undefeated, number one in Class B. They opened up the season beating their arch rival Omega. I don't think that had happened in a while. Teff goes 2 for 2, 60-45. Doherty right side. Out high, three-pointer top of the key is no good for Cade Griffin. Here come the Panthers. They got the numbers 4-on-2. They'll hold it up in the half court. And now the reach in. Cade Griffin will pick up his third, and free throws are coming. Gabe Jones back to the free throw line for free throws 11 and 12 in the quarter.
Confident free throw shooter. And definitely wants to get to the line. I think that's one of the things you really like to see as a coach is a kid that wants the ball when the chips are down or game's on the line. In this case, just a chance to continue to ice it out, but he's doing a great job.
62-45. Ford Smith in the lane. He'll go to the free throw line and one. So he has a chance. He scored 17. Chance for one more at the line. Jackson Jones picks up the foul. It's his third. Girls are waiting in the wings. Dover and Pond Creek Hunter. The old-fashioned three-point play is cashed in. Kenny Doherty, man, he's going to play to the final second. 48.4 seconds to play. He's down 14. Looking for the quick steal. And the foul in the backcourt will send Caden Teff to the free throw line. Justice Halcomb picks up his second.
Nobody probably happier than Gabe Jones to get a break from the trips to the charity stripe.
Now Caden Teff to the free throw line. 67% free throw shooter. I mean, this is his seventh and eighth trips to the free throw line in the quarter too. We've seen a lot of free throws in this quarter, folks.
Oddly enough, we didn't even have points in this quarter until the 5:30 mark.
Matter of fact, I'm looking here. He make the second, he did. 63-48. Has Pond Creek Hunter had a field goal in the fourth quarter?
The thing I'm showing right now is free throws.
Yep. I think it's been all free throws for Pond Creek Hunter. Ford Smith just fouled out. Good night for him. 18 points. And Jackson Jones back to the free throw line. I say back. This is only his third free throw in the quarter. He missed his first two, missed his third, and now made his fourth. All right, Tarango in the lane, throws up a shot. It's blocked, comes right back to him. Down the baseline goes Cooper Wheeler to score. 64-50, and a timeout called by Gabe Jones. 21 seconds to play, and hey, Kenny Doherty's not giving up. I don't mind that a bit. We'll take a break and come right back. You're watching the game of the week from the Skelter, take it back from the Skelter Conference Tournament on Skelter.tv.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech
Baseball pass. Oh!
has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving
Jackson
clear
Jones,
career.
but he turned it over.
Tell you what, though, creative inbound play. I like that. Little misdirection.
It is a 14-point game in the final 20 seconds here. Doherty had the ball stolen away. Jackson Jones ahead to Gabe Jones, and I believe they'll let him dribble it out. Hey, Pond Creek Hunter's going back to the final. 16-0 record. And they beat a very game Covington Douglas team 64-50. We'll take a break and be right back with your scoring and wrap this one up. You're watching it on Skelter.tv.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Dr. Matt Deep. 64-50 the final score. Pond Creek Hunter with the win now 16-0. Covington Douglas falls to 9-8. Scoring in the ballgame, first of all, for the Wildcats, led by Ford Smith and Derek Doherty with 18 points apiece. Miguel Tarango in double figures with 10. And Cooper Wheeler has 5. For Pond Creek Hunter, Michael Westrop had 15 to lead the way. Then Gabe Jones, Jackson Jones, and Caden Teff with 12 points apiece. Blaine Teff with 7, and Titus Westrop with 4. So Covington Douglas will fall to the third place game tomorrow at 3:40. We'll take on the loser of Drummond Dover coming up later. And Pond Creek Hunter will play for the championship tomorrow at 6:20 against either Drummond or Dover. Girls action coming up, Dover and Pond Creek Hunter. It's coming up. Stay with us here on Squirtle.tv.